Still makes me sick to think about it. My wife and I had just welcomed our newborn daughter into the world. We'd brought her home from the hospital only a week earlier. The whole neighborhood knew we were adjusting. Neighbors came by with casseroles. Friends dropped off diapers. It should have been one of the happiest times of our lives. But then came Karen. This woman had already made herself infamous as the self-appointed HOA enforcer. Even though she wasn't officially elected to anything, she loved barking orders at people, scribbling fake violation notices, and screaming about community standards. I usually ignored her nonsense. But the day she targeted my baby, something inside me snapped. It started when she stormed up to our porch, pounding on the door so hard it woke my daughter from her nap. I opened the door to see her waving a clipboard in my face. "Your lawn is overgrown," she sneered. "Your trash cans are visible. And that crying baby is a noise violation. Either fix it or get out." I stared at her in disbelief. "Karen, she's a newborn," she cries. "That's what babies do." She crossed her arms. "Not my problem. This is a quiet community." I shut the door in her face. I figured that was the end of it. But Karen wasn't done. The next day, while I was out in the yard fixing a fence, my wife screamed. I sprinted to the back and froze. Karen, that psycho, was standing by the river that runs along the edge of our property, holding my newborn daughter in her arms. "You don't belong here," she screeched. And before I could move, she tossed my baby toward the water. Time slowed down. My wife dove in without hesitation, catching our daughter just before she hit the current. I tore across the yard and grabbed Karen, yanking her back from the bank. "What the hell is wrong with you?" I roared, holding her arms behind her back. She spat. "This neighborhood doesn't need more brats. I'm cleaning up." My wife was already calling 911, clutching our screaming but safe baby in her arms. The police arrived in less than 3 minutes. Karen was still kicking and screaming when they slapped cuffs on her. "You're under arrest for attempted murder, child endangerment, and trespassing," the officer said. Karen's eyes went wide. "Murder? I was enforcing HOA rules. That baby was a nuisance." The cops weren't amused. They shoved her into the back of the cruiser as she screamed about community bylaws. But that wasn't all. While she sat in jail awaiting trial, her husband, who'd been humiliated for years by her behavior, finally snapped. He served her divorce papers right in her cell. He took the house, the cars, and full custody of their kids. At the trial, the judge didn't hold back. Karen tried to argue that noise violations justified her actions. But the courtroom gasped when body cam footage was played showing her throwing my baby toward the river. The judge slammed the gavel. "You are a danger to society and your community. I hereby sentence you to 25 years in state prison without parole." My wife squeezed my hand so tightly I thought she might break it. Our daughter, safe and sound, cooed in her blanket. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarmed us, calling it one of the most disturbing HOA incidents in state history. I didn't give a speech. I just said one thing: no one, HOA or otherwise, will ever threaten my family again. Karen is rotting in prison now, her old HOA completely dissolved after the scandal. Her husband remarried and finally found peace. And every time I walk along that river with my daughter, I thank God she survived. And I remember the day Karen's reign of terror finally ended. Grandpa used to say, "The land can heal, the house can heal, but family comes first." After this nightmare, I understood exactly what he meant.